Good afternoon. Hope y'all are doing well today. My name is Devin Parolini, and I'm going to be doing my presentation also on why to start with why. You should always start your businesses with why because it gives you a good foundation or a purpose. It also gives your customers a reason to be able to relate with you. Because customers don't buy what you have, they buy why you do it. An example of this is Apple. Apple's why is to think different, and they've been doing this ever since they have been a company. Back in 2007, they revolutionized phones by dropping the first iPhone, which was different. And then in the early 2000s, they were able to revolutionize music by releasing iTunes and the first iPods. And then even in their early history, back in the 70s and 80s, they released the first Mac, which was helping to revolutionize computers. And then if we fast forward to all the way to the current day, we are able to see that they're still doing the same thing and customers are still buying it because every year when a new iPhone drops, you can still see really long lines outside Apple stores with people waiting in line for hours upon days just to try to get their hands on these new devices, even at the premium prices they sell them for. Because people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And then also what comes with why is the golden circle method where you have why, which is your purpose, and then you have how. How is pretty much how your company is going to run on a day-to-day basis and how you plan on getting from your small-term goals done and your long-term goals as well. This is also how you're able to differentiate yourself from different companies that are in the same lane. Also, after you know your why and how, you do your what. What is pretty much what the customer or someone looking into your product sees. They see your advertisements, what you're selling, or the people you employ. So what is pretty much your personal image. Why, how, and what should all work together so that you have a good brand image. And another way to summarize this all up was I used this method when it came to creating my business for this class. I started with the problem in mind. Every time I go shopping nowadays, like the mall or a clothing store, I find myself struggling to find clothes that I like, which led me to the idea of if I'm having this problem, it's probably another person out there that has the same problem. Which led me to the why for my business, which is freedom. Freedom to create what you want on any article of clothing possible. Which then leads me to my how. My how is I create these custom pieces of clothing for people by hand with either paint brushes or seam ripper to distress or anything that the customer wants, I'm able to do. And then concluding that with the what is the final product, the piece of clothing that I'm giving to the customer. Thank you.